Hey everyone, welcome in to another daily editorial here on the KE Report. I'm getting an update from Novo Resources, traded on the TSX under the symbol NVO, on the OTCQX under the symbol NSRPF, and on the Australian Exchange under the symbol NVO. I am chatting with the Executive Co-Chairman Mike Spreadborough. Now, Mike, couple news releases for us to get to. I want to start off with the most recent one from February 13th. That outlines some Becher drill results, all part of this Egina earn-in and JV with Grey Mining. Now I understand that Grey has done little over 10,000 meters of air core and RC drilling for this earn-in, and we have some results from a few of the initially tested targets, Low and Heckmayer. Mike, just start us off here by explaining this early on exploration, what Grey is looking for to compare it to their deposit, the Hemi deposit that is right next door.
Yeah, look, great to catch up. First chats we've had in 2024. So your listeners will probably recall that last year we did this great joint venture with Grey. That was after we had drilled some air core, shallow holes for ourselves. We really liked the rocks that we were seeing and the results. Grey did as well, and they've entered this joint venture with us. And that joint venture is fantastic. Grey need to spend $25 million within 4 years to earn 50%. So that's huge valuation. So why is Grey interested? Well, the rocks that we saw at the bottom of the shallow drilling were very similar to the rocks and the assays that Grey saw in their early days in exploring the Hemi project. So, Grey and Hemi, 12.5, I think, million ounce project now, huge. They've just completed a DFS, they're looking for funding, and they're our nearest neighbours. So Grey took over exploration, and the announcement you talked about is our first chance to update everyone on how that program's going really well. And as you said, Grey have now done 10,000 metres of combined air core and RC being deeper reverse circulation drilling. So the key of this work is two things. One is there's a lot of, low gold mineralisation, and it's really trying to map that using shallow air core drilling. And that mapping is important because then that allows you to target the more extensive, deeper reverse circulation drilling, the RC drilling. And the reason the RC drilling is important is that is where you go looking for the intrusion. And Hemi is gold mineralisation is hosted in the intrusion. So, that's the model. Look, and it's a big area, this joint venture, 20 square kilometres. So they've done a lot of good work on the air core. They've reaffirmed all the work that Novo's done. They're very excited. And off we go with some of the very first pass reverse circulation drilling. And what to me was exciting, in our release is, we've seen intersections of 8 metres at 4.74 grams per tonne. We've seen three metres of really good anonymous base metals material, which is really interesting. We'd like to understand that more. So overall, the first pass program is delivering what we expected. So we're really, really happy with that work. A long way to go. This is a big system project. It's not one of those things where you'll drill a hole and get 20 metres at 20 grams per tonne. Average grade, I think, of the Hemi project in the mine plan is about 1.5. So we're looking for a big system, multi-million ounce system that has the potential to move into a resource. So for us, very exciting, and really, I think, firms up the decision to joint venture. It was really good for Novo shareholders. Grey is spending the money. We're focusing on other good targets.
Okay, so since these are really first pass drilling here, I understand the concept of getting some holes into the ground to see where you need to follow up. How deep have these holes been, these initial holes, and then what would be a follow-up program to go deeper to truly test that Hemi analog?
Yeah, so the deeper drilling that Grey have done with the RC, we would call them reasonably shallow, 150, 200 metre depth holes. And that's what Grey have generally drilled across their project. The air core is very shallow. It's only looking at the surface cover which is only 15 to 30 metres in places. But it's the RC drilling that's important. In the announcement, you will have seen a wonderful couple sections that we put in, and that kind of shows, we're really starting to join the dots on this project. So again, early days, but gee, it gives us confidence that De Grey's doing the right thing, and we're working with De Grey on that project. So very exciting for us.
Okay, so within that news release, it outlines 3 different target areas: Low, Heckmare, and Irvine. It seems like one of them, Irvine, had no significant results there, but Low and Heckmare, you outlined some results. So which one, if either, rank higher up in the priority list, and any other targets you can tell us about?
In the short term, you'll see continuous drilling and news flow from both Low and Heckmire. As talked about in the release, the drilling is really showing up a shear structure zone through the Heckmire. We like those. That kind of accumulates gold. So again, early days, but definitely Heckmire and Low are the key targets at the moment going forwards.
Okay, so more news will come out of this JV with De Grey. Let's talk about drilling that the company Novo has done yourself at Belltopper. Right around 2,300 meters of diamond drilling done there. What were you looking for? When can we expect some assay results?
Yeah, so just to remind everyone, Belltopper is our Victorian gold project. It's about 60 kilometres south of the very high grade, very large scale Fosterville gold project. We've taken over 100% ownership of that project. We've done that so we can control the program. And the drilling program that we're doing now is the first chance that we've had to really follow up on the historical work that's been done on that project over the last 5 or 6 years. So we're drilling 6 holes. They're actually quite dispersed in location because they each have a geological context of why that hole is there. Some of them are to target structures, some of them are to target geophysical anomalies, and some of them follow up previous high-grade results around the 11-star shear. So very exciting. I think we've just completed hole 4, so we don't have too many meters to go to complete the 6-hole program. We do hope to have results out towards the end of February, the first pass results, or early March, but the final results probably won't come out until the end of March or early April. So a little bit different to the Becher program here, like Fosterville, we're looking for more narrow, high-grade gold vein sets that would prove hopefully economic. So early days, the program has been a great success in terms of being able to drill low-cost meters, and definitely the geological context has been great, but we all need to be patient on the final assay results.
So since you're looking for high-grade, could be narrower widths, with only 6 holes, obviously this is just the first pass drilling, would you start drilling some more shallow holes to get a lot more drill holes in this project, or will it continue to be a strategy of drilling these diamond drill holes that are a bit deeper?
Yeah, I would think what we would call the phase 3 drill program will come out of a more targeted approach based on these results. So we're hoping, and as I said, 6 holes spread across the tenements. We're really aiming to see if we can narrow down where we should more concentrate the drilling program going forwards. They would probably be a continuation of deeper, we're drilling 400, 500 metre holes here. Holes like that, or diamond, going forward sometime later in 2024.
Okay, let's also talk about some of the JVs and earn-ins on the company's battery metal projects. Couple news releases from last year that offloaded some of these projects, and work is being done there. Any news we can expect from any of the battery metals assets?
So we ended up December being extremely busy. We did 2 important joint ventures on lithium. So one, we already had a joint venture with Lightham Mining. They had now completed their earning phase, and the joint venture was formally formed. So that's great. And they will do extensive exploration looking for lithium bearing pegmatites this part of the year. Also, because Litam really liked the story from Novo, they invested $1.8 million into Novo. So that was good as part of that transaction. And then on the western side of the Pilbara, near some of our tenements, which are adjacent to an Australian listed company called Azura, which have found good lithium-bearing pegmatites. A Brazilian lithium producer, SQM, they have entered into a joint venture with us on a range of tenements. A great deal. They invested $10 million or gave us $10 million cash as part of that joint venture. Importantly, Novo shareholders will maintain the rights for everything other than lithium and nickel. So we will continue looking for, gold and other things on those tenements. So that's a really good deal. So as you can see, December, we added $12 million to the balance sheet, which is really good. And just as an aside, we did sell the Nullagine Gold Project in December, and that really leaves Novo with a very, very clean balance sheet. We don't have the rehab liabilities anymore for that project. So, Novo's in a great position this year. $21 million of cash, $30 million of investment, all in Australian terms. A great exploration program. We'll drill about 9 to 10 months this year, East Pilbara, West Pilbara, and also in Victoria. So I think we're well set up for a great opportunity going forwards.
So a lot of the work this year then, when it comes to Novo's actually drilling, would you classify it as new discovery focused, or is there a follow-up component on some past discoveries that could be further advanced, I guess, towards almost a resource state?
Yeah, we'll definitely go back probably April, May, and do the second phase of drilling at Nunyerry. We like the results from the first pass drilling. While some people mightn't see 1.5, 2 grams a tonne as significant, but to us, that really shows the potential of that area. We now need to go back there and see if we can understand the geology and the extent more. If we like the project and we're going to do a more concentrated drilling program, that would be in the back end of 2024. But we definitely still think Nunyerry has the potential, so we'll go back. And then the rest of the drilling you'll see will be us hitting some of those targets that we have on our tenements that require, 6 to 8 holes to firm up geology. So a combination of really great up greenfields drilling, but also, Nunyerry, we will follow up the second phase of drilling.
Okay. So, Mike, I guess summary-wise for news that's upcoming, what should we expect?
Well, definitely the Victorian news flow will come out sometime late February, early March. We'll also be distributing the drilling program that we hope to do at Nunyerry. So that will be somewhere around about, middle to late March. So people should look out for that. And if there's any significant results that flow through to Becher, we'll update everyone as soon as we possibly can. Otherwise, people should expect a good quarterly update. And people should have noticed that we just put out a business review. You'll see us putting out a business review every three months going forwards, and we hope that is useful. And on the website, you'll see a few updated videos outlining our program. So I think this year's exciting. We've got enough money to keep us going on our aggressive drilling program. So we're in a good position. And I've got to say, I still like gold. Out of all the commodities that we've seen go through a bit of trauma in the last 3 months, gold has held up. So I still think it's a good place to invest.
All right, Mike, thank you for the update. Everyone listening, as always, please send me your questions for Mike. I'll get those addressed for you in future interviews, and also follow up when we get some of these drill results that Mike and I were really previewing here. So, Mike, thank you again for your time. We'll chat again soon.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.